Hello, my name is Trevor Joran, and today I'm going to share with you a couple tips about storytelling. Now, storytelling is important because it's how you connect with an audience, it's how you engage people, it's how you share your life with others. And for the longest time, and still currently, I struggle to tell good stories. I often find myself losing the audience's attention or not getting across the punchline or the conclusion well enough. And so I knew that I had to do some research here, and I had to improve my ability to tell stories. So I'm going to share with you what I've learned. In this book, Personal Branding for Dummies, there's a whole entire chapter dedicated to storytelling your life because if you want to stand out, you really got to learn how to tell some good stories. And some good stories have a couple essential ingredients. Essential ingredients to build trust. You want to build a level of trust. Your audience wants to trust you. They want to know a couple of things about you. And what you should keep in mind when you're telling stories is be clear about your intentions. Start with why you're telling the story. Why am I telling you the story that I'm telling you? Get that across to your audience so that they aren't left wondering that until the end. Also, get across who you are and how this story is a part of your life. And then you want to talk about how your story is going to relate to the audience's vision. Remember how we talked about how it's important to talk in terms of the other person's interests? Well, it is. You want to make sure that your audience understands the reason why you are telling them this story. And also, you want to get across who you are as a person. Like, what do you value? You want to get across some emotional connection in this story, so make sure that you hit on a couple of points, no matter what the story is, that you value. Also, it's important to find a couple plots and a couple good stories and have a couple stories rehearsed. So, finding the plot in your story, maybe you can talk about a funniest experience that you've ever had. If you've ever had a near-death experience. What's the most impulsive thing you've ever done? You can talk about how you've done well in a career or how you've done well in social life. Just think about some stories that you already do tell and make sure that you try and get across, number one, who you are, why you're telling the story, how does this relate to your audience, and what do you value. Those will enhance your story incredibly. Your story is going to be engaging and it's going to hook the audience if you get across your point, if you get across the reason why you're doing what you're doing. This goes back to what Simon Sinek talked about. He said, people don't buy what you do, but they buy why you do it. It applies to stories. People don't listen to what you're doing, but they're listening to why you did what you did. People are emotional creatures, and emotions are triggered when you tell people the reasons behind things, the reason why. So that's what I'm really trying to stress is get across the reason why you're telling your story and build trust through the various points that I had walked through. And I highly recommend checking out Susan Craton's book, Personal Branding for Dummies. You can get it on Amazon or in Barnes & Noble. It's a great book, so check it out.